In the previous episode, we unlocked the 462 Pacific and the Pullman Heavyweights, as well as several new vehicles and transporting new commodities to our local towns. As in this episode, we're going to continue on doing just that as we're reaching the 1920s in just a few more in-game years, and we might also replace some of the aging freight locomotives with some more modern ones. There are several freight engines I could use, like the Mikados, for example, on handling the bulk freights. They have a lot more strength compared to, well, the 280s. The 280s can still handle the regular trains for now, but these locomotives handling the mineral traffic will now have to have their engines replaced with something a little more better. I'll just simply delete these engines, go to Steam, and choose the Mikado type. These Mikados basically have 3,100 pounds of 3,100 horsepower, and these engines are basically capable of going at the same speed as the 280. For comparison, 3,190 horsepower compared to 2,028. So these Mikados will help greatly on the long-distance mineral traffic. Plus, the minerals are starting to pile up, both at the iron ore mine and coal mine near Black Diamond City. So basically, my traffic, these freight trains are, these mineral traffic, I can't speak. These mineral trains are gonna make a lot of money once they deliver their commodities to their respective destinations. We'll also need to get started on transporting both sugar and grain down here to Riverside's bakery. Now, let's see. There is a grain farm located... Where is it? I'm sure Oh, here's one. This one located near Javaburg. Not the one that we already connected to, but the original one. We could basically build a spur line here and bypass the passenger track to connect to this farm. We'll then pick up grain there and then take it to the bakery. Of course, we don't need any catenary right now. Let's see. We just gotta basically try to make this look pretty somehow. That is, if the game is basically working, that is. Alright. Put a 50-mile-an-hour curve here. And because of the size... Oh! I forgot to mention. We got the New York Penn Station mod in this game as well. And since we reached the 1900s, we also required a new engine facility, the Madrid de Lecas 40-track roundhouse, which will basically look a lot better compared to the single-track engine depot. So we'll basically hold off on construction for now, and just replace the aging depot with a much better looking roundhouse. Let's see. Tracks left 13, shed left 11. I think we'll do the same here. Oh. There we go. Much better. Now, all my locomotives can easily enter this roundhouse and be stored and repaired when they are not needed. Anyway, let's get back to the construction. We'll need about a 360-meter freight station, I believe. Yeah, 360 meters. And we'll need to connect to this farm. Oh, we also got a new trolley, the Peter Witt streetcar, as well as some new tanker cars. These steel tankers will probably be useful for transporting oil and other liquid commodities. The ones we have right now for transporting water is okay. Then we'll basically connect that track to this. We need to place down a dwarf signal just before the main line and double slip switch it. Alright. We'll connect to this new grain farm, have a full load, get it blue, and then travel all the way to this bakery. It's going to be on track 1, I believe. According to this is farm products, so this is going to be Grain Train B1B. Let me see. Where's line 1? Here we go. Do that and change that to that. And now to get some new equipment to carry that load. I think because of some of the gradients, I think the Mikado will probably be the best option to carry that load. Now, these pickle cars can actually carry grain, surprisingly. But, for the sake of realism, I'm just basically putting them in these wooden box cars. Though, the length of this train can't result in, well, I can't carry 600 units, so I'll have to carry just 480. Alright. Now we also need to set up another train. This one to carry sugarcane down to the bakery. We'll basically connect the track that leads to the sugarcane farm on the line that connects to the cigar factory. We'll curve it, and then connect it here. And connect it here. Oh, and would you look at that? We have transported over 100,000 units of cargo. So that's one half of one task down. All we just need is at least 100,000 passengers, and we basically complete the particular task. We'll basically add some dwarf signals here, these junction signals, and replace the ones here with those types. Though those are going to bear basically the old generation signals. Do that. Actually, it looks fine. We'll need to basically also copy this because there's going to be another train. This one basically delivering cargo from this sugar farm on track 2. Have a full load, 10 minutes. Get it blue, and then basically deliver the sugar to this bakery. Alright. Now we just need another engine to carry that load. I think with the grade not being super steep going down uphill towards to its final destination, I think I could basically clone the same train that's used on this route. So I'll clone train 13 and put it on this route. Perfect. Oh! And look at that! The cigar factory is starting to produce more cigars. Well, at least for train TS5B. But the shipment is starting to increase too. And not to mention, with the arrival of the back trucks, we could basically replace some of our aging trucks somewhere on the map. I think the cargo trucks delivering supplies into town will basically have the Mac variants. The trucks driving outside will basically be Benz for now. Actually, let's just replace the ones that are for convoys with, well, the regular with the Mack tarpaulin trucks, as they basically are able to handle the rougher roads out there better. The fact that that train can carry over 500 units of, well, coffee beans is, well, not coffee beans, coffee berries, is kind of surprising. Also, we're finally able to get started on getting lumber processed, and now we just need to do is just wait for a train of steel to arrive. There's already 600 units of iron ore, and the first load of coal has just arrived at the steel mill. Excellent. Once that train pulls in, steel production can begin, and the steel can be picked up and taken to any industry that requires it. Which, according to this, I need to at least deliver steel to a tool factory, a machine factory, a goods factory, and, of course, a weapons factory. Because I need to make sure I have every type of commodity transported in this game. I'm also going to remember to also serve this bioplastic plant. I mean, sure, bioplastics weren't around in the 1910s, but, I mean, it's a fictional world, so anything is possible. Let's see. How am I doing in my HQ? 35 points. Not bad. Still the same building as it always been, but it will basically change over time. We still need to deliver more commodities into Leamington. We need to deliver war materials. And those war materials can provide us a lot of extra revenue if we can basically deliver some. And even after all these odds, the little Baldwin 280 that I have been working since the beginning of this game is still chugging along. Though, I think it will eventually be time to replace this aging 080 with something a little more stronger, because that engine has been working ever since I bought it. Oh! We now have some new electric engines, the Baldwin Westinghouse steeple cabs, as well as the 060 S6 switcher from the Union Pacific Railroad. That is what I need. So, the oldest locomotive I still have on my fleet is now finally being replaced after so many years. This 060 is a lot more is a little more faster, though it doesn't have and it has a lot more power. So we can at least use that. And we'll basically use this type of consist as well to carry water, because we'll need a lot of it. $42.4 million. But, however, this train carrying more water will be very beneficial. Though, actually, maybe it should just have a smaller consist. It's going to be making fast shuttle trips between the industries. It had 210 units, so let's see. Yeah, that will work a lot better. We have yet to also replace this locomotive for delivering these supplies of beverages into town. So that little Baldwin 060 is still going to be used on that trip consist for now. But when it will be replaced, I do not know. Let's see. The gold products factory is up here. Needs bars of gold to be processed into gold stuff. Fruit juice factory, as well as that. The champagne factory is yet to be connected. And And the only town that needs champagne is Granite. What the? Trains usually blocked. Oh, the log train is in the way of the passenger train. I had a feeling that would happen eventually. Well, That fixes it. But I think I'll have to delete these signals here from now on. Not ideal, but it's better than nothing. But, however, as long as I'm supplying this lumber mill with logs from the logging camp, it should basically still produce lumber that's needed bound for this machine factory. And there is already lumber waiting to basically be processed into machinery once steel arrives. Speaking of which, let's see, how's the steel production going at the steel mill? Oh, and we also get our next electric engine, the EP2, which is very useful if we have an electrified section, which we haven't yet. Though, I'm thinking I might electrify the passenger line from Javaburg, and then make an electric track turnout to Cedar Point, and make this area just for electric locomotives only, for both freight and passenger service. But the line going towards Shineston will still be steam/diesel powered in the not too distant future. The Blue Water City oil well is still waiting to have oil be pumped out. The only industries nearby that accept oil is the Whiskey Asphalt Plant, which is located here, or the Granite Oil Refinery, which is located just beyond the town of Granite. So we have yet to transport oil, but we will eventually transport it. It just depends on time, so to speak. Actually, we might as well get started on the electrification process, so we could basically save time on laying down electric track much later. Okay. For a second, I thought the game was going to crash again. Okay, let's see. The electric trains will basically electric trains will basically arrive and depart from the middle part of the station. I'm also using the PRR catenary system instead of the vanilla one, which makes it a little more unique. Plus, I do have a couple of. There is actually a Pensy style electric in this game, but once it becomes available, you will understand what it is. We'll have to also invest in an electric locomotive depot so we can buy electric powered trains in the not too distant future. Okay, the train of coffee and beans have departed. We'll take the left track and then electrify this portion of the main line. Perfect. With the electrification almost set up, we could eventually operate electric trains on this particular region. Plus, electric engines could be useful too eventually. as we could replace a steam-powered train with an electric-powered one, delivering gold to this gold mill. Actually, we'll actually do that right now to save time and money, and basically diverse our fleet a bit. Now let's see. This is train number 18. So we'll need to replace it with an electric engine that's a little more stronger. Let's see. The electric engines do not aren't as strong as the steam-powered locomotives, but they still do their job pretty well. So all we just have to do is just click on this, and it will be modified. Oh! And we also finally get our first ever airplane, the Junkers F-13, as well as a new locomotive, the 262 Prairie, and the trolley from Lost Heaven, aka from the first Mafia game, as well as some new reefer cars. These reefers will be very useful. As well as... that's it. Just those pieces of equipment. Also, with our new steeple cab, it's also a new number. However, we'll have to quickly change some of the trains in order to match this new electric locomotive scheme. Unfortunately, you can't basically add lettering to these engines, so it's stuck as it is, as train 18. Wait, what? Train mutually blocked. Oh, great. The coal train is blocking the main line that will allow the commuter train to exit out of the station. Hmm. This is gonna be a bit of a pickle. I guess I'll have to delete these signals for now to prevent anything like this happening again. There we go. Now with that fixed, we should also basically get ourselves ready for the aviation age. For now, we're still doing pretty well on passenger trains, but we'll need to start transporting passengers by air as well. Now, since my local commuter trains only travel to a particular stop, what if passengers want to travel from, let's say, Leamington all the way to Blue Water City? I think that I might have the answer. An airplane route could basically remedy that. So, we're basically starting our own passenger airline today, which is great. Now let's see. Now, here's the thing. Any airport for like passengers or cargo planes, it's basically very difficult to basically place down, especially if you are starting new. Let's see. Because they need to have a good amount of room for them to basically take off and land. Let's see. Hmm. Actually, let me see. Is it possible I could place this one here? And then just connect the road to it from here. Let's see. Does this bus stop? Oh! This trolley stop is close to the airport. Perfect. Now we also need to set up another airport. This time back down in the city of Leamington. Let's see. Oh! We're getting a good catchment in this region, I think. Uh... Oh, let's see. I think I might have to set up a bus service to connect this airport to the rest of town. Let's see. It needs to be in a good location. Alright. I'll place down a bus stop here. And place another one up here in town. Let's see. Connect this and connect that. This is bus service E. We'll paint it yellow. And let's see, what buses do we have available? Only the Mac bus. But we could basically just substitute it with the stagecoach for now. What the? Another train mutually blocked? What is going on here? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Once this train leaves the station platform, train 5 could basically use the second other platform to unload its passengers. Well, other than that, though, we can also finally get started on our passenger route. Oh, crumbs. I set it for cargo, not passenger. There. Hopefully the same one is up at the other town. Passenger. Nope, it's cargo, not passenger. Spin this around a bit, and then just do that. Perfect. Now we can finally get started on our air routes. Now let's see. Yellow for bus, red for express, blue for regular freight, gray. This for city freights, this for local trains, for ships, trolleys, local trucks, city trucks, outside city trucks. I think let's just basically go with this color. Passengers will board the airplanes at Blue Water City Port and travel to Leamington Airport. And we'll also need to purchase our first airplane. Only carries 6 passengers, but it'll work. We'll need to also call this Air Route A. But yeah, I believe this will basically do it for today's episode. So, if you enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads on Friday or Saturday, depending on my answering schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!